just say thank you for holding this hearing today. Appreciate all of our witnesses that have joined us. Thank you for taking time away from your busy schedules to be with us to share your knowledge and interest and solutions and even concerns about our highway infrastructure and how we're going to pay for this highway reauthorization bill. And as has been mentioned already, a fundamental requirement for all modern economies is a safe and efficient transportation system. Many businesses depend upon a transportation system to obtain needed materials and labor to set goods and services to market and to consumers. Every household depends upon transportation systems for access to work, shopping, medical care, food, family, and entertainment. According to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics, the average household spends more on transportation-related expenses than health care and food. The Federal Highway Administration, when we look at the delivery of products and services, also estimates that the volume of freight shipments will triple by 2035 to almost 42 million in constant dollars, with 24 trillion of that carried by truck and 9 billion in intermodal combinations that include trucks. That growth will put an enormous pressure upon every element of their transportation system. And I want to just address real quickly, knowing that all of you are small business owners, I think there is great concern here in Congress about how are we going to pay for our next highway reauthorization bill. What impact will it have upon small businesses, upon your profits, upon your margins, upon just the cost of delivering your products and your services. And I think all of you are aware that this year we face some economic challenges within our economy. We've been talking about how to best address our recession, how can we best jumpstart our national economy, how can we work with putting our money wisely where it needs to go here in Congress. We've had several different types of initiatives that we've taken here in Congress, whether it's been the bailout package, which cost the taxpayers more than $7 billion. We passed the stimulus tax package, which pumped in another $780 billion. We've had an omnibus appropriation bill, which cost our taxpayers $410 billion. And then, of course, we're talking now about a national climate change bill and also health care reform. So when you take all this spending that's been going on here in Washington, D.C., and now we're talking about infrastructure and its importance to our economy and to small businesses, the question is, how are we going to fund that? And, of course, we know that our highway reauthorization bill trust fund has run into deficits, and we've had to take general revenue funds to just shore up that money so that when the money goes back to the states, they can pay their contractors and suppliers. So I guess the question we want to hear from you today is, what are your concerns as we look forth in our economy, as we look forth in small businesses to help you be successful, and how can we best use our taxpayer dollars to build upon an infrastructure system that is so critical to our small businesses and so critical to our economy. The chairman mentioned some of the concerns that affect our small businesses, whether it's congestion, whether it is looking at ways of funding our next highway reauthorization bill, and how are we going to do that. The draft highway bill that we are going to be seeing soon does have different ways of paying for the next highway reauthorization package, but it also expands into several different areas that I personally have concern about. It creates a National Infrastructure Bank, an Office of Public Benefit, an Office of Livability, a U.S. bicycle system, just to name a few. And when we're talking about new elements that we're adding into our highway reauthorization bill at a time when money is scarce and when we need to invest in our infrastructure, which I'm all for, I think we have the obligation as members of Congress to be very good stewards with our taxpayer dollars to put that money exactly where it needs to go, where it'll benefit our economy first and foremost, so we can get this economy moving again and create those jobs and create an atmosphere to where you want to invest your money back into your businesses and create those jobs. And so I'm looking forward to hearing your testimony. I will tell you that as we consider our next highway reauthorization bill, and Chairman Altmeyer and I are both on the Transportation Committee, that I am concerned about the effect of any type of taxes that may be increased, especially on small businesses with fuel charges. It It would affect your delivery of products and services, because those costs have to be passed on down to the consumers and to the other suppliers that you work with. We've talked about raising the gas tax, the millage tax. We've talked about Davis-Bacon, prevailing wages. All those things have been mentioned as we talk about how are we going to fund our next highway transportation bill and what will be in the bill itself. So thank you all for coming today. I hope that we can all work together here as Congress to build a responsible and cost-efficient way to sustain our national transportation needs and promote measures that will allow our transportation projects to be completed, and hopefully in a way that doesn't overburden the construction of those services with too much red tape from our government. So I appreciate you coming here today, and Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back my time.